How's it going, guys? It's me, Jack from Cam's Cobham, back again with another vid of mine. This one's going to be a match preview. I don't know whether Cam's going to do some of these, but I was planning on doing one for the Zagreb game as well. Just going to run through Tuchel's press conference, what he really said, then go through a little lineup prediction and just my general thoughts on the game. Obviously, I'm a bit of a, I don't want to say a pessimistic Chelsea fan, but I feel like I'm a bit of a realistic Chelsea fan. So I'm not going to come and tell you that we're going to win like 5-0 and HAVERTZ is going to score a hat-trick. Because I'm worried about the state of the club right now. But before we get into any of that shit, let's get into Tuchel's comments in the press conference. Alright, so Tuchel was first asked about Denis Zakaria, obviously our new signing from Juventus on loan with a 30 million buy option. Got him yesterday, deadline day, very late into the day. And he basically said that Zakaria is not going to be available for the West Ham game as they haven't got his work permit sorted. But he's optimistic that he will be in the squad by Tuesday for the Zagreb game, which is good. And to be honest, I would be surprised if Zakaria was going to be starting against West Ham anyway, considering he literally signed yesterday and the game's tomorrow. So yeah. Tuchel was also asked about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Obviously, he had a lot of positive things to say about Aubameyang. He was the one that obviously was pushing for the move. He had him at Dortmund. However, as we know, Aubameyang does have a broken jaw, so he's not going to be available for West Ham. And he's going to be out for a little while as well. Tuchel was also asked about Wesley Fofana and some attitude problems, or I guess the fact that Fofana asked to be left out the Leicester squad, sort of went on strike to force his move. And Tuchel was asked if he was worried about that in the future, and he sort of shut down. And it's a bit of a stupid question, to be honest. I don't really understand why interviewers ask dumb questions like that. And then other questions were just about whether Tuchel's spoken to the players about a sort of mentality issue. Tuchel said not really, because there was a lot of players that were still trying to force moves, so he wanted to wait until the window was closed, which obviously it now is, so he can start to have that chat with players. But yeah, not a very newsworthy press conference, to be honest, from Tuchel. Didn't really say much or give away much about tomorrow. Injury-wise, Reece James and Ruben Loftus-Cheek have been training. They're both fit for selection tomorrow. Obviously, Kante is still out, and obviously Aubameyang's out as well. And yeah, so that's it for the press conference. Let's get on to the actual match preview. So moving on to my prediction for the game and all that sort of stuff. As you can see on the right hand side of your screen, that is the lineup that I think that we will go with. Mendy, I've given him one more chance. This is honestly, if I'm Tuchel, obviously I'm a bit more, I guess harsh. But I think Mendy's been really poor for quite a long time now. Obviously, he does make the odd good save like he did against Spurs from that corner, even though we conceded from the one after that. Let's not talk about Anthony Taylor, you bald cunt. So I should probably bleep that out. But yeah, he hasn't been good. He hasn't been good enough for where we're trying to be. He's just been out of form. He's dodging the ball. And if I'm being honest, since Tuchel's come in, I think Kepa has really upped his game. And so I would not be opposed to Kepa getting a bit more game time, especially with the form that Mendy's in. I have put him in for this West Ham game because I don't think he's been dire. He's just been bad. But if he, I know he's been beaten at his near post 2 games in a row now. If something like that happens again, or he just puts in a subpar performance, I honestly would just give Kepa the shout, especially for the Zagreb game. I think that's a game that you can put Kepa in, let him prove himself. He hasn't really been given the opportunity. The back three, obviously Koulibaly, Thiago Silva and Fofana. I'd say that's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously Koulibaly and Silva are obviously going to get in there. They're 2 of the best centre-backs in the league. And then Fofana, obviously he's been here, a good few days now. He's been training with the first team. Chalobah and Azpilicueta could be in with a shout, but I just think that, we paid this money for him. He's fit, he's ready. Let's just stick him straight in there. Cucurella and Reece at the wing backs, again, pretty self-explanatory. I think Cucurella has been really underrated since coming in. I think he's been really good. And Reece James, honestly, just one of the most underappreciated players in the world. People just don't understand. Chelsea fans obviously know, but just other teams don't really appreciate that this guy is actually one of the best players in the league. Full stop. But he's not one of the best young players. He's just one of the best players. He's unbelievable. Midfield, had to go with Jorginho and Kovacic. I was thinking about Ruben, but I think Kovacic definitely has to play if he is fit, although I'm not actually sure if he is. If he's not, then Jorginho and Ruben makes sense. Obviously, Zakaria doesn't have his work permit yet, and Kante is still injured. So Jorginho and Kovacic ideally. I think Kova has to play if he's fit, and Kova and Ruben just, I don't know, there's not much defensive stability. in there if you ask me. Then the front three, this is a big talking point about my prediction here. Might be a bit bold. Some people might disagree with me, especially the Mason Mount dick suckers. I love Mason Mount. I love Kai Havertz. But no one can tell me that they have had a good start to the season. Kai Havertz has got 0 goals and 0 assists in 5 starts. I think Mount's got 0 goals and maybe 2 assists in 5 starts. Like, they've been shit. They've been so bad. I thought Ziyech played really well against Southampton. Well, he played all right. No one really played that well against Southampton, but he was better than the other two. And some of them crossfield balls that he was playing were just like unreal. And he deserves to be starting. Obviously, if Aubameyang was fit, he'd go straight in there. But Havertz and Mount, they've had 5 starts and they've done absolutely nothing. I think it's just completely unfair not to give the other guys a go. And Christian Pulisic is the main one. I mean, we've seen this guy go into runs of incredible form, like scoring so many goals, just dribbling past players for fun. We gave him the number 10 shot after that lockdown period because we thought he was going to be the next Hazard. Yes, he's been tampered by injury. Yes, he's been inconsistent. But so is Havertz. Like, Havertz is the most inconsistent player in our fucking team. He'll go and drop a 9 out of 10 performance and we're like, oh, this is our guy for the future. And then the next game he just does absolutely nothing and like puts in a pathetic performance. I think Pulisic definitely has earned himself a start. Not through his own work, really. He hasn't really done much when he's come on, although he hasn't really come on that much. And I mean, Havertz and Mount, how can you start them 5 games in a row and not even give Pulisic 1 start after the performances Mount and Havertz have been putting in? But yeah, that's my prediction for the lineup. Let me know what you guys think, if you'd make any changes to that. Yeah, in terms of the score, I'm going to be optimistic. Last week, I guessed 2-1 Southampton and Sterling to score. I literally got it spot on. You can go and watch the True Blue podcast. I think it was episode 2. It was just right before the Southampton game when we recorded that. And I guessed 2-1 Southampton and a Sterling goal, which is exactly what happened. I'm going to be more optimistic this week. And I'm going to go for a 1-0 Chelsea win. And I think Sterling could get a goal again, you know, or possibly Cucurella. You never know, but I'm going to go Sterling, 1-0 Chelsea. I do feel more optimistic about this game. I don't know why. I just feel like there's a bit of a vibe going on at the club right now because of the new signings we brought in. Obviously, Fofana, if he plays, that's going to give us a nice buzz as well. We're at Stamford Bridge. I'm going to be going. Cam's going to be going as well. I think he's going to make a match vlog, and then I'm going to make a match vlog for the Salzburg game, which is in 2 weeks, I think. I don't know, maybe a week. No, 2 weeks, I think. So yeah, stay tuned for those because there's not that many Chelsea channels that actually do match vlogs anymore. So definitely stay tuned. These will be absolutely 10/10 top quality match vlogs. You don't want to miss them. And yeah, that is it for the prediction preview. I think there's a lot of pressure on Tuchel at the moment now. 267 million spent in this window, the most in the Premier League. He's got a lot of pressure. They're his signings. It was his window. Obviously, there were a couple of players he missed out on, Kunde, Lewandowski, whatever. But realistically, these were the players that he wanted to bring in. This is his squad. We've got an unbelievable squad of players now. Like, our midfield is stacked. Like, when we're fit, you know, Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante, Ruben, Zakaria, Gallagher. We've got literally all the defenders you can want. Cucurella, Reece James, Chilwell, Aspi, Chalobah, Fofana, Koulibaly, Silva. Like, it's unreal. And then the attackers now, we've got Sterling and Aubameyang adding to Mount, Havertz, Ziyech, Pulisic, Broja as well. We should be doing well this season. If we don't get top 4 with that squad, then I will be saying those words, those 9 letters that rhyme with Mukul Pout. So, yeah. Anyway, that is it from me. I'll see you guys very soon. Cam will be doing a match vlog for the West Ham game. And maybe we'll do a little match reaction. If we lose, there will be a match reaction, and it will probably involve me ripping apart that fucking beam in my room. I will literally get an axe and I'll rip down the beam, and my house will crumble to the ground, and I will scream Tuchel out whilst burning in the flames. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys later.